Hey, what is going on, y'all? This is Jeff with Geo Rides, and in today's video, I'm gonna be installing some accessories that I bought almost 2 months ago to try to make my bike my own, to continue to make my bike my own. But the reason why I'm installing these accessories and the timing of all this is I'm getting ready to head out to Traveling Tall's Run to the Hill 6 in Knoxville, Tennessee. And let me tell you, he's already put out the schedule for Thursday, and the rest of the week I can only imagine is gonna be epic, along with the banquet and all that other kind of stuff. So make sure you stick with me as you're seeing this video. I believe on Thursday, June the 4th, I think it is, you should be seeing this video and the accessories that I installed on my bike to continue to make it my own. And if you've been watching my videos in the past, which I hope you have, you know what direction I'm headed in the accessories that I'm installing and how to make my bike look better. I'm gonna talk to you about some of the improvements that I've made recently and some of my thoughts about them initially, and then we'll hop into the accessory installs. Again, these aren't rocket science, they aren't a big deal, but it's all a part of the process, all a part of the community. Anyway, let's go. Right, so as I mentioned in the open, I'm gonna be installing some accessories that I bought from my local Harley Davidson dealership, Ironclad Harley Davidson. But first, I wanna go over the accessories that I've installed on my previous trip, before my previous trips, or whatever the case would be, that I think have been an absolute home run. All of those links will be down in the description, whether they're affiliate links or straight up links to where you get these particular items. All of these accessories have been there. So make sure you check out all of my other product review videos and accessories and all that other kind of stuff. But let's go ahead and walk through some of the things on the bike, and I'll take you through my motivation to do what I'm doing in terms of the foot controls and all that other kind of stuff that I'm installing. So let's go ahead and step through it. All right. So as many of you know, I went to Myrtle Beach Bike Week. And when I went, I had my bars changed at KST Kustoms. I went with the 10-inch Patriot bagger bars. And let me tell you, I absolutely love this. I love the customer service that they had when they installed the bars, because I couldn't decide between the 10 and 12-inch bars. And I'm so glad I went with the 12-inch for functional reasons and for looks. I don't prefer for my bars to be above the fairing, but then also for functional purposes, I still feel like I can steer the bike as I need to. But anyway, before I went down to Myrtle Beach Bike Week, I installed the Adversary mirrors. And so the stock mirrors no longer fit. You can see they put the fill plugs in there, the KST fill plugs. The stock plug mirrors no longer work when you put bars on your bike like this. And so I chose to mount mine right side up, or what I call right side up, and I got the Adversary mirrors. And the reason why is because they have the styling and then a little bit of the Harley orange in there. And I think it's a good touch to break up the gray and all that other kind of stuff with my bike. But they also match the Kahuna Collection heated grips that I have. And so that goes a little bit into what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be swapping over from the stock Streamliner collection in a number of ways. And that main way is I'm going with the Kahuna Collection all the way around my bike, removing the stock Streamliner, looking the way I want it to look. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from left to right on the accessories that I'm going to be installing, and then we'll get to the installations. I'll only talk when I need to. I won't bore you with some of this stuff, but some things, you know, maybe folks just want to see, or whatever the case may be. But like I said, we already installed the Adversary mirrors. Those are already done, so this box can go away. Here we have the timer cover. That's an easy installation right there. No big deal there. The foot brake, no big deal there. The foot pegs, that'll be a little bit tricky because I have the 3D frame mounted highway pegs. I absolutely love these and I highly recommend them. When I get my Road Glide Limited here in the next year or two, I hope, and I've been scouting whether or not the highway pegs will mount on the Road Glide Limited. If you know, drop it in the comments. And the reason why I don't know for sure is on the Road Glide Limited, there are some, I want to say, fairing pieces and hardware right here that Ciro is probably going to have to work around in order to build the frame mounted highway pegs. I will not get another form of highway peg. I won't put them on the engine guard unless I absolutely have to. They're going to have to not manufacture those for me to do that. But anyway, the foot pegs are going to be a little bit of a challenge just in terms of getting them even and adjusted. You know, I like everything to be symmetrical and whatnot. The foot brake's right here, and then the footboard is right here. And I'm only going to do one side with you, and then I'll obviously go and do the other side. But let's see here. We got our foot pegs, and then like I said, we got the foot boards. All of these are going to be in black. It took me a little while to decide that I wanted to go ahead and replace these, not only for the money, but just, you know, is it really worth it? But I think making my bike look different is what's important to me and how I want it to look and everything else. I've got the timer cover. I've got a new gasket for the timer cover. I don't want it to leak while I'm out on the road and all of the kind of stuff. So I'm going to install the timer cover today, and then I'm going to ride around a little bit, make sure it doesn't leak. And then obviously I have my shift peg right here. So I've got all of these accessories ready to go. I've had them sitting in the garage for about 2 months, man. I don't know what I was waiting on, but we're gonna go ahead and get into the installation, take you with me, and then at the end of the video, I'll show you how it all comes together and just beats the crap out of the Streamliner collection. Let's get into it. All right, so like I mentioned, we're gonna start with the timer cover, and then we'll hop on through everything. All right, as you can see, they included new black screws, which I like. Get rid of a little bit of the chrome, and it also has Loctite on already, so that's good. All right, see if they have any torque specs here in the directions. Yep, torque specs are right here, 15 to 20 inch-pounds. So I got my torque wrench over there, and I'll make sure I do that. That's about it. They tell you to discard your stock timer cover. I'm not doing that, I'm gonna keep it. All right, and these are gonna be T25 bolts. I've already checked, or T20, I'm sorry. I've already checked. The varying sizes around make a difference, but there we go. And yes, I know my bike is dirty. I'm gonna clean it after I get done installing all of this, because after I gas the bike up, or after I clean it and gas it up, I plan on parking the bike and switching over to my touring mode, if you will, because I like for my bike to be sporty when I'm not taking long trips. But obviously when I take long trips, I have to switch modes, so to speak, installing the tour pack and so on and so forth. So this stock timer cover is a little cheap in comparison to the aftermarket. I guess that makes sense, but I'm gonna keep it either way. I'll figure out how to make good use of it. New hardware here. And again, this is about adding that custom look, making this bike my own. And I think one of the other things that I find interesting is I believe, and of course these are going to be a different T size. Let me grab it. Looks like this is going to be a T15. Yep, T15. Got to be careful with these things. Make sure you don't strip them. But anyway, like I said, this is all about making this bike my own. After 5 years or so, I kind of drug my feet on changing things, but I've got the Harley fever, man. What they say, HD stands for $100. You know what I mean? Spending all this money. But you know what? There's worse things in life to spend money on than a motorcycle. And if it gives you, what's the word? Relaxation, or you know, if you believe in Zen or whatever it is, then go ahead, man. Freaking go for it. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, you're providing for your family, you're doing what you got to do, go for it. Now, let me go ahead and grab my torque wrench, and then I will get this torque to spec. And like I said, after I get done with all these accessories installed, I'm going to clean the bike up real good before I take a long trip, which makes no sense. But, you know, that's how we do. You know what I mean? All right. All done there. Like I said, I'll keep the stock one, you know, kind of cool. All right, so next I'm going to do the brake pad. All right, have a different piece of hardware to install this versus the nut that's over there right now that you can see. And again, one thing I do like is all of these parts come with Loctite on it already, so that way you don't have to worry about it. I'm not gonna necessarily worry about the torque spec on the foot pad. That's not as critical, I don't think. But let's go ahead and get into it. Nice and black, you know what I mean? I know that's the thing that I wrestle with the most with this. It's plain black, but look at that up against that Streamliner, man. To me, that plain black, that blacked out look is just gorgeous on these bikes, man. Look at all that. But you'll see as I continue to go along why I ended up going with the Kahuna collection. All right. A little bit of adjustment back and forth. I would imagine that's just to kind of, what's the word, accommodate all the different bikes that are out there. Between the road glide, the street glide, and then how you have them adjusted and so on and so forth. There's that install. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and go with the footboards. This might take me a little while, test my patience a little bit. That's all right. Not a big deal at all. Let's see where my mounting points are here. Okay, so it looks like it's just 2 bolts. Not a big deal. I've been putting this off for a little while for no good reason. Let's see here. Okay. These 2 bolts out. I really need to wash this thing, dear Lord. Gotta make sure I remember to Loctite those. If they don't already come with Loctite to begin with. Ah, I need to wash this thing. Golly day. That's all right, I'm gonna put a good detail on it. Got your posts for when you're leaning. Make sure that you don't scrape the actual board itself. But man, look at that. Look at that. I love the way that looks, and it's nice and heavy duty too. Again, completing the look the way I want my bike to look. And looks like we use the stalker bolts. Go in, come right back out. Yeah, no new hardware. So I'm gonna make sure I Loctite those bolts to make sure they don't go anywhere. I'm gonna use the oil variation 243 of Loctite, and the reason why is because you know, oil comes out of the intake here sometimes when it's overfilled. I want to make sure that the Loctite isn't degraded by the oil, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and use the 243. Just takes a little bit. A dab will do ya, as they say. All right, so next is going to be the foot peg, and the trick here is going to be getting these adjusted the way I want them, on the right angle on both sides. That's really what it's going to come down to for me. All right, y'all, so I made my way all around the bike. I installed all the floorboards, I installed the foot pegs, I also installed the shifter peg. The shifter peg was very straightforward, no big deal to it. Some of the stuff did kick my butt, I'm not gonna lie, but everything all come together, everything will always work out, right? So now we're gonna go ahead and install the derby cover. This is the one that I was paranoid about the most because it's a very straightforward install, removal and installation. But because I'm so close to the trip on Wednesday, today is Saturday, because I'm so close to the trip to Run to the Hill 6 on Wednesday, I was really concerned about making sure I got it right. But I went to my local Harley Davidson dealership. I picked up the derby cover kit, and then, or the 3-hole change kit is what it is. So I got an extra derby gasket here just in case this leaks, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm not gonna replace it unless I absolutely need to, because I'm within like 1,500 miles of my last oil change or something like that. But we'll go ahead and get into the removal and installation of the derby cover, and then we'll wrap all of this up. I gotta get my bike a wash so it's nice and clean. But one thing I did notice, of course, as I'm sitting down here, this chrome jiffy stand, that might not cut it anymore. Maybe I'll get me a black one. I don't know how much they cost. I think they're like $2 something. So maybe I'll wait on my next check or something like that and then get it. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this derby cover removed, and then we'll finish up this accessory install video, and I'll show you the difference between the Kahuna collection and the Streamliner collection, and get your thoughts and opinions. You can place them in the comments. And I'm going to keep all of these old parts, especially the derby cover. The foot controls I'm not going to keep. I'll try to figure out what I'm going to do with those, but especially with the derby cover, I'll just go ahead and keep that. Maybe just hang it up as a decoration for the time being or something. And the reason why I put the bike up on the Harbor Freight motorcycle stand is because I don't want to lose any of my fluid, any of the fluid in my transmission here. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and put the new O-ring on. I'm not gonna take any chances. Not to say if there's anything wrong with this one, but again, better safe than sorry. You know what I'm saying? All right, and so that's the finished installation of the derby cover. And what's gonna happen? All right, y'all, so I finished all of the installations of the Kahuna collection. And let me tell you, I couldn't be happier with the way this turned out. As you can see with this B-roll right here, I am showing you the Streamliner collection before and the Kahuna collection after. And let me tell you, I think it makes the bike absolutely pop. And I will be replacing the Jiffy stand. I've already ordered me a black one, it is on the way. But as I convert my bike from my Street Glide Special to the Geezer Glide for going to Run to the Hills 6 that I'm gonna be leaving for tomorrow, I am absolutely excited about participating in this event. This is gonna be one of the largest events I've ever been a part of, and I know that Tall is just gonna do it well. So make sure you join me for the follow-up videos that are gonna be from Run to the Hills 6 in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I'm gonna have some videos on the way as well, just like I did in my Myrtle Beach videos. But I wanna thank you for watching this video till the end. I want you to like, share, and subscribe, and remember to always ride as if your life depends on it. Peace, and be blessed.